I asked my wife, what would you do if I won the lottery? She said, I'd take half and leave you. I said, great, I won 12 bucks, here's 6, keep in touch. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. I can't even joke with my wife about that. Or I'd be in trouble. She doesn't watch the videos then, fortunately. Got a great video coming up. If I dare do it, I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm gonna dare to do it. Coming up very soon. So if you haven't subscribed, you had better do it so you don't miss out on the forthcoming action. Today is Swedish German shave. It's the Swedish Witch shaving soap, which is Swedish, and oops, a Paladin Winston brush of 28mm Badger from Germany, and then also razor from Germany, Weck, the Med Prep. I've had this on loan to a friend for a long time. I got it back, and now we're doing Med Prep Weck Sextoblade with a Kismet blade in it. So actually Weck is made in Brooklyn, I believe, but it's by a German guy and the blade is German. And I'll finish off with Matti's Toxic Waste Aftershave Balm. Toxic Waste. It's green and mentholated and terrible. Terrible. But I like it. I just shaved my head. I got this thing on, and it's cool. So Swedish Witch. I haven't shaved with this in a while. It has butters and stuff. Shea butter, lanolin butter. It has lanolin. It has lard. You know, no fancy television weighted this, that, and the other. It's lard. It's just lard. I don't know where she gets the lard. I should ask. But anyway, haven't shaved with this in a while. I rated this one one of the best soaps I've ever used. But then, since then, I've used so many good soaps. So let's see how she does today. Yeah, so this shave, the upcoming one, felt really bullish as I thought about it. Now I'm not so sure, but now I'll do it. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. So this also has aloe vera, and I think that's the scent. It's not at all heavily scented. Sara, who is the Swedish Witch lady, never puts a lot of scent in it. So. But I'm not sure she's made soap in a while. I should ask her actually. I don't know. She doesn't like to be pushed into doing things. I kind of almost made her once or twice before when I wanted to give soaps away, and no, she does it, but not with a big smile. But if any of you would be interested, let me know. I can't promise she'll make more, but I can let her know, you know. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's peaky. Maybe some more water. Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah, been painting for 3 days in a row. Painting. I don't know what you call it. Molding. Things you put. You know, a piece of wood like this. Put on the floor and the ceiling, around windows and doors and stuff. Jesus, painting, and it has not been fun, but it's done. So When that's put up, it's finished. It's like the last thing you do. So looking forward to that. Very much. Here we go, Weck Sextoblade. So I've been shaving with the Weck Style A, which you've seen, the one with the red handle. I mean, all that does is hold the blade, and it's the same, the very same blade in this one. I just moved it. The difference is in the weight. So this is stainless steel, so it's heavy. It's actually a bit too heavy. So the balance is a bit off. I think because I hold the hand like this, let's see if it drops off. Yeah, boom, shakalaka. I don't notice the imbalance too much, but others do. You know, it's really is heavy on this side. I think it was actually made. It has the health and like the medicine sign on it. So I think it was made for shaving patients before you operate on them. So it needs to be sturdy, it needs to be possible to sanitize. Nurse is not going to give a shit about weight balance. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking I won't do it because people will think I'm crazy, but I'm thinking what I should do. In about a week's time I have a yearly checkup with the doctor. So they draw blood and you have to do pee in a cup and they test all kinds of things and they check your heart. So they put a lot of those, whatever they're called, electrodes, no? Yeah, measurement thingies with suction cups. And then you have to ride a bicycle for 10 minutes until you can't breathe anymore and they check your heart. And that's all right. The worst thing is when they shave the chest to make the little buggers stick with the, it's dry, so no fluffing and moisturizing or anything, and it's with a disposable sort of 2-blade razor, and it's just horrible. And for weeks after, it itches and it gets red and it's just horrible. So I'm thinking what I should do is bring this one. But the nurse is not going to want to use it, most likely. And I can't do it because, you know, it's on the chest and it has to be precisely on certain locations so that you measure the heart properly, blah, 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 blah. So it has to be a nurse who's skilled in shaving with straight. I don't think I'll be as lucky, so lucky. Plus, you know, they think I'm a lunatic. And I wouldn't do the heart test. They'd send me to the loony bin. You know, I really don't mind the weight imbalance. But people who shave properly and hold the razor like that think it's annoying. Frank does, for example. Slippery again, so we need a bit of alum. Put my fingers on the alum so that all the slickness goes away and I can stretch. Lovely. Gotta love the wicks. Here's the other one, the Style A. So this weighs nothing. So this, but this thing doesn't either, the blade holder, so it's more balanced. Oops, look at that. Here you go. Blood, quite a bit of it. What did I do? Those are just weepers. I hurried, I rushed it a bit, perhaps. Or it's time to change the blade. Maybe. There you go. Yeah, that's not too bad. It looks worse than it is. I didn't feel it. So it wasn't a cut. But that's something I may want to put proper alum on, you know, afterwards, to stop the bleeding and to make it all heal up properly. Yeah, there you go. But usually, for me, it's a sign that the edge is getting a bit dull. I haven't counted the number of shaves with this blade. I know I can do about 15 before it becomes tuggy. I can't remember changing it, so it may well be 15. But it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel tuggy. It was probably more, you know, poor technique. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, no, it's a good edge. It's a perfect edge. What am I talking about? Poor technique. You know, it almost doesn't bleed anymore. Yeah, a little bit. So I'll put a bit of alum on there. And we shall see. So I'm rinsing. Close your ears. Sometimes the bleeding stops with just cold water. You know, it feels a little bit rough. And really, it sounds like a cliche, but unless you get shaves which aren't perfect, and this was a good one, you know, this was super close. Really good shave with good products, but you know, bit of a cock up here. Unless you do that sometimes, you don't really know when it's perfect. Well, I guess you do. You could be perfect every time, but that would be boring, wouldn't it? Just rinse that off. So here there's residual slickness, and here nothing, because of the alum, which just takes away anything oily or soapy or slippery. There you go. Okay. Toxic waste from Mr. Matti Lindholm. This is a bit tricky to get out of the bottle. It's a bit thicker than the DK's Arctic Free stuff. Mommy, what is that man doing on the camera? I don't know, close your eyes. Mommy has a dark voice. There you go. There's the toxic waste. It's all green. Looks like toxic waste, and it's quite mentholated. But to a degree which is nice. Now I've stopped putting it in my eyes. So now it's just nice and cool for 5 minutes, or 3-4 minutes, 5. That's it. Swedish German shave. Thanks for watching, and consider subscribing to see that upcoming really interesting video, I hope. God, now I have to do it because I said I would. Menthol. Sayonara. Ciao.